So this, just in that horrible preventable death of Sheridan Gorman, 1 minute and 19 seconds for ABC, 2 minutes and 1 second for CBS, NBC, 23 seconds. Is that what her life is worth?
Her life is worth so much more than a grand total of 4 minutes, and we know that, and her parents know that, and everybody who matters to her knows that. And I also want to focus on the statements that J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Johnson released after this horrific event, because their statements also matter. They're city and state leadership, and they immediately pivoted by blaming Republicans and President Trump for her murder. And I find that shocking. No matter what side of the aisle you sit on, you know that's not true. You know, and I cannot imagine the pain that these parents are going through. We look at her, we see her picture, and we see her as a young college student. Her parents, her mom and dad, in their mind's eye, they see a baby, they see a toddler who said the cutest things in the world, and they see a little girl, a young woman whose promises will never be realized now. And then to have city leadership and state leadership whose sole job is to keep their constituents safe, blame President Trump and Republicans for the presence of an illegal immigrant in this country, when we all know that his sole focus is to get these people out, is absolutely insulting to the intelligence of these parents when they're mourning the death of their daughter. And I understand what they say when they say calling it a tragedy, what these leaders are doing, is not enough, because a tragedy by definition is an unforeseen event. This is absolutely predictable given these sanctuary policies that keep these people in this country.
Indeed.
At least 66 people are dead after a Colombian military plane crashed just seconds after takeoff, triggering a fire and explosions on board. The aircraft, a US-made C-130 Hercules, was carrying 125 people when it went down near Puerto Leguizamo in southern Colombia, close to the Peru border. Officials say the plane came down just 2 kilometers from the airport. On impact, a huge fire broke out, and ammunition on board began to explode, making rescue efforts even more dangerous. Despite that, emergency teams and local residents rushed in to help. Injured soldiers were carried away while others tried to put out flames in a field surrounded by dense forest. Authorities say dozens survived, with at least 70+ people pulled from the wreckage with injuries and flown to hospitals. Colombia's defense minister called it a tragic accident, while President Gustavo Petro described it as something that should never have happened. The cause is still under investigation, but officials say it was not an attack. The C-130 has been in service since the 1950s and is widely used to transport troops, including in Colombia's long-running internal conflict. This is now one of the deadliest Air Force disasters in the country's recent history.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nashville. Nashville is the capital of Tennessee, USA, and it is also the music capital and economic center of the country. It is also a charming city with both historical charm and modern atmosphere. It has been selected as one of the best tourist cities in the United States multiple times. Here, country music and pop music blend together, and diverse cultures coexist harmoniously, jointly showcasing the unique charm of this music city.